Hello everyone and welcome back to Easy Natural English with Liam. Today, as usual, I will be speaking to you in natural English that's just a little bit easier so you can get used to English in a natural way. If you'd like to see more videos like this to help your English, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like all my videos. Thank you very much. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about breakfast because I teach English online on italki. Come and take a lesson with me if you'd like to. There's a link in the description of the YouTube and the podcast. So on italki, I get to speak to students from all around the world, and often we have conversations about daily topics and about what people have been doing. So I hear a lot about what people eat for breakfast. And it seems that, around the world, there's lots of different kinds of breakfasts, but it also seems like things are changing or trends are changing. So for example, I live here in Japan and I speak a bit of Japanese. So perhaps because of that, I get a lot of students from Japan. And traditionally in Japan, people would have breakfast with rice and some other things. So perhaps rice and grilled fish, perhaps miso, perhaps natto, which is like fermented soybeans. It's a food that perhaps some people, when they come to Japan, it might seem a bit unusual because it's very slimy. It's very sticky. So the beans are all stuck together because they are fermented. And fermented means you add a bacteria or you add yeast. In the case of natto, I think it's a bacteria, or maybe a yeast too, I forgot. But like yogurt, for example, is fermented, or kimchi is fermented. So these beans are fermented and they become kind of sticky. I think it's delicious. I eat it quite often. But perhaps some people, when they first try it, it might be a bit strange. But anyway, in Japan, people traditionally would eat rice with fish, miso, perhaps some pickles. Some people like to have raw egg. So it's also a bit strange if you come from other countries to see raw egg with soy sauce on rice. Especially, I know in the UK, in the 70s, we had, maybe the 70s, maybe a bit later actually, but sometime in the UK, we had a big outbreak of E. coli. E. coli is a bacteria that's very bad for us, make you very sick, and it comes quite often from products related to chicken. So it could be the chicken, like the meat, or the eggs. And in the UK at one time we had a really big problem with E. coli in eggs. So now people in the UK are really scared about raw eggs. So they're always very careful to cook the egg completely to make sure this bacteria is killed. I think now we don't have much problem with this bacteria, but people are still very scared. So if they saw someone eating raw egg with rice, I think a lot of British people at least would be kind of a bit shocked. But I don't like it, to be honest, a bit slimy. So that's the kind of traditional breakfast. And some people do still eat this kind of breakfast in Japan, but maybe quite a lot of people, but also a lot of people are now tending to eat more of a European style breakfast or more Western style breakfast. So honestly, I think most of my students who are from Japan, when I ask them what they ate for breakfast, it's almost always toast. A lot of students just tell me bread or toast. In English, once it becomes toast, it's a bit strange to say bread. So some of my students say, I ate bread. And then I'm like, oh, you didn't toast it? And they say, yes, I toasted it. But in English, once we put it in a toaster or in a grill, it's strange to keep calling it bread afterwards. We would call it toast. I ate toast for breakfast. So a lot of my students here are eating toast. And I think perhaps this is happening in a lot of countries because usually the traditional breakfast takes a lot of time. So in the UK too, our traditional breakfast would be baked beans, which is kind of beans in a tomato sauce. Baked beans, perhaps toast, perhaps hashed potato, hash browns, maybe sausages, maybe bacon, maybe eggs, like many things together. If you search English breakfast on the internet, you'll see a lot of pictures. It's still quite popular. Some people in the UK eat it on a Sunday or something when they have more time. But that's the kind of traditional breakfast. But yeah, also in the UK, I think most people these days, because, in the modern world, we all live kind of busy working lifestyle and we don't have time to make these kinds of breakfasts. So people are usually, just having toast or perhaps cereal, or oatmeal is very popular in the West. Oatmeal is more of the American word. In the UK, we tend to call it porridge. And porridge or oatmeal, it's oats cooked with milk or water. I think most people do it with milk, but you can do it with water. So oats are a type of grain that are flat. They're rolled out and they become flat, and then you boil them. If you don't know oatmeal, have a look on the internet at some pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. It's delicious and it's very healthy, so I like to eat oatmeal a lot. I also like toast. I like to put peanut butter and banana on my toast. I think it's the best kind of toast. And I like to use a nice dark bread, nice healthy bread. So I always try to eat a healthy breakfast. If I don't have oatmeal or toast, like a healthy toast, then recently my wife Cassie has been making a lot of our own granola. So she's toasting the oats with nuts and banana chips and things like that. It's really delicious. Actually, on her YouTube channel, you can see a recipe for her granola. Her channel is called What's Cassie Doing, and then you can see her making some granola, and it's really delicious, very easy to do, because granola can be quite expensive. So usually in the morning I try to eat whole grains. So whole grain is a grain or a cereal that is complete, like is whole. So something that isn't whole grain would be white rice. So white rice or white bread is not whole grain, because many parts of the grain have been removed and you're only eating the nice, delicious middle part, but you're not getting, the fiber and some protein and vitamins and minerals and lots of healthy bits. So I like to eat whole grains, which are usually the brown looking ones. So brown rice or some kind of brown bread like rye bread or brown whole grain wheat bread, something like that. So I always try to eat whole grains in the morning, because the carbohydrates, so carbohydrate, it's a long word, so sometimes people say carbs. Carbohydrate is the kind of like the natural sugar in food, the thing that gives us like a lot of energy. Carbohydrates. If my explanation hasn't explained it to you, perhaps you can just check. It's kind of hard to explain what a carbohydrate is. Carbs, it's good to have a kind of carbohydrate that releases slower. If you eat sugar, then the energy releases very quickly, and then you lose your energy. But with something like brown rice, the energy tends to last a bit longer, and it's a bit healthier. So I like to eat lots of whole grains in the morning. I also like to try to get some protein and some fat, and I try to get a kind of balance. So something like peanut butter and banana on toast will give, peanut butter has a lot of fat and protein, and then the bread will give me carbohydrates, the banana will give me carbohydrates, and there's also lots of fiber. Fiber is the stuff in food that helps us to digest, helps things to move through your body better, and it also makes us feel more full. So if you have a nice healthy breakfast like this, you can go about your day for a bit longer and you feel like you have more energy and you won't get hungry so quickly. Because perhaps if you wake up and just eat a slice of white bread, then with butter, then you're not getting fiber, you're not getting protein, you're not getting any vitamins or minerals, and you'll probably feel hungry quite quickly. So with whatever breakfast I eat, I try to get something a bit healthier and a bit more balanced. But I think a lot of traditional breakfasts are healthy and balanced. If you look at any country in the world, I talked a bit about Japan's breakfast and UK's traditional breakfast. But if you look at a traditional breakfast in most countries, it tends to be more balanced. It tends to have protein and fat and carbohydrate and perhaps some like fruits or vegetables. But I guess these days everyone's working very hard. We're all very busy. We start work early in the morning, so we all just want to grab something quickly. And perhaps breakfast is not quite as healthy as it could be or as it used to be. But I hope you're all trying hard to get some healthy breakfasts, because it will help you to concentrate when you're studying. So when you're studying English, if you're eating some nice healthy breakfast, then you'll be able to learn better. You'll be able to concentrate better, focus better. So try and get something healthy tomorrow morning. So thank you all very much for listening today. If you're on the YouTube version, please subscribe, like, comment. If you're listening to the podcast version, please review. Everyone share with your friends, and I will see you all back here next time.